Hubbard's Marina, hosted by Captain Mike Anderson and Captain Dylan Hubbard.
Good morning. Excuse me. Good morning, Tampa Bay, 970 WFLA. I just got yelled at, Captain.
He's super bossy this morning.
He yelled at me. I'm sensitive early in the morning.
You're not talking about me, are you?
No, well, I was talking to you because the other captain yelled at me.
We're all yelling at him today.
Oh, I
That's
thought
how we're
usually it's my
starting off.
job as producer to be yelling at you. But
I guess.
You produce the whole important show. I produce the secondary
I just
show
came in to
here.
ask you if you guys are ready to go. I mean, it's early in the morning, but
I guess he's ready to go. He yelled at me.
I'm fired up.
I'm not talking.
I'm a lot of caffeine deep right now. I'm ready to rock and roll. And the weather got better this week, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, totally changed from yesterday, 24 hours ago, when I was writing the report for the news. It is completely different for this upcoming weekend.
It's good news.
Yeah.
That is good news.
Still looks pretty nautical Wednesday and Thursday, wind-wise.
Yes, it does.
But luckily, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday has calmed down considerably.
Yeah, Friday'd be good if it was nice. I've got 43 boats fishing for Advent Health, so that would be very nice if that would slow down a little bit.
Well,
That'd be good.
Saturday we have that Michael Magley Memorial Tournament, and they were forecasting 46-mile-an-hour winds at Gandy Bridge yesterday morning, and now it's beautiful. So really hoping that front doesn't make it down, and that's what's so interesting about weather this time of year, especially advanced weather. People call me a lot like, oh, yeah, it looks a little rough for my trip next weekend. If you're looking more than 3 or 4 days out, it can completely change because that bad weather forecasted from a front coming down or prefrontal activity from that front pushing down, the front could just not make it.
Yeah.
It could stall or just end up not pushing down far enough because of the jet stream. So that's what happened for this upcoming weekend. It was looking nautical and ugly, and all of a sudden now the front's not forecasted to make it down here. So
looking nautical.
Nautical.
Nice.
That's
That is
the
a good
radio
word.
PC way to say the weather's not going well.
Nautical. I like it.
Yeah, but we're coming up on that new moon too. So tide's moving, water moving.
Yeah.
Things turning over in the bay.
Yep. My boys from Pittsburgh get in today, fishing them Monday and Tuesday.
They need a good trip after the last one.
Yeah, they could use a good bite for sure. So looking forward to getting the boys on the water again Monday and Tuesday, looking really
Epic,
really good. Yeah. Not so nautical. So that'll be
Monday, Tuesday is the day to call in. Specifically, if you're talking near shore and offshore, call out of work Tuesday.
Well, I was thinking about that this morning. Is one of my big gripes with March, even part of April, and if we call it October, October, November, is that it gets so doggone nautical that I miss most of kingfish season.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the days that I am fishing, it's just blowing a little too hard to get out there. You can inshore fish.
Kingfish season, man. If it's not blowing, you're not going. I mean, kingfish is you. It seems like those kingfish tournaments, like King of the Beach, for example.
I think they call them Old Salt Fishing Club. They call the weather in.
Yeah, it's almost exclusively 4 to 6 foot.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah,
but that's what makes the kingfish come. That change in the weather. So it is definitely frustrating, but it's all part of fishing. And I have definitely, over the last 5 years, lived to learn to live with that a little better because I used to get so frustrated having to cancel trips and ruin people's day. And even this past week, someone was like, oh, Dylan canceled the 39 hours. Like, I don't cancel trips, dog.
Right.
I don't cancel anything. The weather cancels trips. And it's like, oh, yeah, I know that really hurts. And it's like, yeah, I mean, from some standpoints it does, but it's all part of fishing. This weather we're getting now is what's going to set up a good summer.
Sure. Oh, for sure.
Allowing all those bait to move around, fish to get bigger.
I know we got to have it.
Yeah.
I just would like the wind to slow down. And then I would like it to slow down on a day when I'm pretty sure I can go catch kingfish.
Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
This makes perfect logical
sense. I'm hearing they're there, but I haven't been out there to test the waters to see if they're there yet. So it'll be interesting to see what we do.
Mackerel
Monday
are
and Tuesday.
thick.
Are they?
Thick on the beaches. The other day on the half-day trip trolling on the way back, caught 8.
Oh,
so
okay.
yeah,
Spanish.
Super thick. I mean, only putting 2 lines out on the back of a party boat, and we're getting knockdown after knockdown. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So it's
Dragon what, silver spoon or live baits?
Oh, just exclusively the spoons.
Okay.
Yeah, we move too fast to troll live baits. And this is a bottom fishing trip. So we're going bottom fishing. We're not slowing the boat down to reel in mackerel. And we're going about anywhere from 7 to 9 knots. So depending on the vessel and the trip. So we're not slowing down. So it's all hardware we're trolling. Number 1, number 2 planer, 15, 18 foot of 40 to 60 pound test. And then that 6-inch drone spoon, blue, green, silver, typically red as well. And that's what we're using to target those mackerel and occasionally a kingfish, but mostly just mackerel.
I had a couple of guys I know made it out to the beach one day last week. It was howling, but it was out of the east, so they ran out to the beach to check the mackerel bite and said it wasn't good. But you know how that gets spotty.
Yeah,
depending on where the bait is. Yeah, depending on where the bait
spotty.
is. And that's what makes me nervous about it. Is it's spotty. I've got my hard bottom spots that I like to go fish that we usually catch a ton of mackerel and some schoolie kings, maybe a good king in there, from time to time. And it'll be interesting to see if those fish are here yet.
And what I've noticed, not only being spotty, but also the bait's not really up on the surface. You don't see those big schools of bait up on the surface. So if you're just running and gunning looking for the birds and the bait, you're not going to find them.
Right.
It's all on your bottom machine. You see that bait 5, 10, 15, 20 feet off the bottom, and that's what we're trolling through, catching the mackerel.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe it might be worth a run out there just see if the bait's off them hard bottom spots that I'm talking about, then it should be fishy.
Mm-hmm. So you mean the drop that you fish behind the trade ones?
I like the drop, and then I got some other spots too. I'm not just a one spot guy.
Well, I mean, you burnt that out, so I was just going to burn it out again for you.
Yeah, that's fine. That spot's a great spot. There are a lot of guys fishing. It's not very secretive. I mean, you can see that. I guarantee you, there'll be boats parked out there this week fishing it.
Yeah, Clearwater, hard bottom.
Yeah.
That hard bottom west of Blinds Pass.
St. Pete Beach, the St. Pete Beach Reef. That whole area, hard
South
bottom,
County.
gets covered up. Yeah, I mean,
Madeira Beach Reef.
Those should be spots where they're showing up.
One thing you can do too is if you want to get out there and troll for mackerel, or even get out there and anchor up and chum them up with greenbacks and catch them on those long shank 1/0 mustad hooks, is just Google Pinellas County artificial reefs, and like the first result is a Pinellas County website that gives you the GPS coordinates of every artificial reef off the coast, from TI2 all the way out there, all the way in,
right,
and all the way up and down the county's coast. So it's a great way to kind of find these areas that we're talking about.
Yeah, and they're fishy. I mean, they're just fishy spots. I tell people too. The hard bottom is pretty easy to find. I mean, that's where the crabbers set the crab traps.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not setting crab traps on soft, muddy bottom. They're
the crab traps are definitely a giveaway. And the cool part about pelagic fishing, when we're talking mackerel and kingfish, is those public spots, those public artificial reefs, these pelagic fish are always moving. So someone could be there and just totally wreck the mackerel and kingfish, and the next day it'll be refreshed.
Yeah.
More bait, more fish.
Sure.
So that's the beauty of these pelagic species, is you can go out to those public areas with confidence that you're still going to have a good chance at.
They got a lot of wiggle.
Up.
They got a lot of wiggle to them. A lot of wiggle in that tail. They be moving.
Yeah.
So looking forward to an interesting week. Lots of redfish being caught. Hosted a tournament for St. Joe's Hospital yesterday out of West Shore Yacht Club. And the fishing was it was good first thing in the morning, and then that front kind of pushed through. That high pressure settled in. That made the bite a little tough. Quite a few fish were caught. What was really cool is the Tampa Bay Air Fest is going on this weekend at McDale Air Force Base.
You got a double show.
Dude, it was unbelievable. The Blue Angels were practicing in the afternoon. And
that's awesome.
For an old Air Force guy, jets buzzing over the top of my head is not something that I really need. I mean, I spent 7 years on the flight line working on ejection seats, so it drives me nuts. That being said, the Blue Angels are bad to the bone when they're flying in formation. A couple 100 feet off the hard deck. It's awesome. It's awesome. So, and
Very
it was really
impressive.
cool the way it was set up right behind West Shore Yacht Club there, buzzing. I'm sure everybody that was at Hula Bay and all that out, for Friday afternoon early cocktails and all that were like, wow, dinner and a show. I mean,
Bonus.
it was pretty cool because they were teed up running right across, just shooting straight across there, super low. It was super loud, but it was really bad to the bone. So that should be a good show today. Looks like weather's going to be good for that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Years ago, Beth and I and some friends set up out there off the runway, and if you ever get a chance to do that in a boat, it's really cool when they tee up on that runway and come flying right across that water right over top of your head. It's a pretty cool view.
Wow.
Yeah,
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, it is. Some cold beers and an air show. So nothing wrong with that.
No, sir.
No, it's all good stuff.
Air superiority.
Yeah,
It's beautiful.
So phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Your questions, comments, fishing reports, bring them right here. We're going to talk a little dock fishing today. One of my favorite things to do. I've got a lot of docks in the Bay Area that I love to fish that seemingly always, at least with certain conditions, hold fish. I think for me, wind direction is a big deal on the dock lines.
Yeah.
The direction that they face can be a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
South-facing docks are docks that I really like in general, especially this time of year when it gets the cold fronts come in. That wind blows out of the north,
Mm-hmm.
blows over the top of those little corners. That water seems to stay a little bit warmer. That sun can bake on those south-facing docks. So it was interesting because O.D. Hubbs here was always cruising and bruising around his brain looking for ideas on topics to talk about, and brought up some dock fishing stuff and
Nighttime dock fish.
well, and even during the day I've had some serious confrontations with homeowners, fishing docks.
Yeah,
And
so we're talking ethical dock fishing and how you can avoid confrontation, and asking for stories of past run-ins.
or what to do if you have a confrontation. I'll give you what I do. I think it's beautiful.
I would stay tuned because I'm very interested to hear how Mike handles this situation.
You can imagine it's very calm.
Very
calm.
That's why I'm excited.
It's very calm. I have one dock in particular that we will discuss, and at some point, if
We're giving out addresses, waypoints,
listen,
Latin longs.
I told the dude last time I was there, I said, listen here, Chief, if you don't get back in your house and leave us alone, I'm going to go on the radio and I'm going to give out the GPS coordinates to this bad boy, and I'll make your backyard a parking lot, dude. You got it? Okay? There's a ton of fish on your dock. You need to shut up and go in the house. And I didn't start that way. I started out real nice, and
so
then he got
that's
grouchy.
what not to do.
No, that's what to do.
After the break, we'll go over.
That's actually what to do. Get the GPS coordinates to that guy and give them to us.
So
and I'll go
start
fishing.
off with threats.
I'll go
is what
fishing.
you're recommending.
No. Start out nice, and then when he continues to be a jackwagon, then you threaten him.
I understand now.
Yeah?
Okay, we'll straighten this out after the break.
Take your old butt back in the house before I drag you off that dock and run you up and down here on a ski rope and let the sharks eat your butt. How about that?
The juxtaposition is real this morning.
1-800-969-9352. Light them up. Having fun. We'll be back.
Good times and drink some wine and laugh till we can't laugh no more.
Nobody can take a show south quite as fast as we can.
Don't say we.
Oh, you're involved. You're involved, dude. Guilty.
brought up the topic.
Guilty by association, right there. Guilty by association.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Kenny Christensen said he'll buy beer and bait, Mike, for the dock party.
Okay, good.
You can't own the water, that's right. But there's a way to do this right. And we're going to talk more about it once we get back on air.
Oh, yeah.
The police chief that called me to ask me to talk about this is like, no, this is the opposite of what I wanted.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You don't own the water, homeboy.
No. What's funny is he lives on the water too, in Indian shores. Man.
Damn, looks like rain Friday. Need that rain to go away.
Yeah, that's that prefrontal activity. But the front has gone away, so I'm surprised that hasn't updated. Dude, the Bucks are going to be strong this year.
Defense is still suspect. Secondary isn't good. They got to address that in the draft.
But with the strong offense they have, I'm sure they're going to attract some good defensive.
Well, you're not going to have.
Is free agency over?
Not yet.
Yeah. So
You're not going to have. You're not going to have Godwin.
Is he injured still?
Blew his ACL, right?
Oh,
I think that was an ACL injury to his knee, so he's going to be.
that's a year.
Yeah, he's not going to play for a while. Although, but he's phenomenal when he does. Offensively, they're going to be fine because they signed Fournette. They have. Although losing Ali Marpet hurt.
Yeah. Wait, where did he go?
Retired.
Really? Wow.
Yep. They thought he might come back because of. And he might. I mean, you never know. But.
He's not that old.
Well, but
Smart.
made some good money, bro. Made some good money and get out while you're healthy.
Yeah.
It's not dumb.
Yeah.
That stuff is hard on the body, boy.
Oh, yeah. Especially being an offensive lineman. He was a guard, so he's taking all those blitzes.
Dude, it's like running into your garage door over and over and over and over and over again.
More like running into your cement wall.
Yeah, that too.
Garage door is kind of forgiving.
They'll be all right. They got Brady, so they got a shot.
Mm-hmm.
We got Capt Mike and Big Pine Key and Donald in Lutz.
Every day.
What?
The mandatory reporting we have to do, there's always issues with people losing the logins and crap.
Your people?
Yeah.
Welcome back. Putting a shout out to our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. Won't be long and we'll be in the middle of rainy season, and that's not the time you want to find out that you have a leak or you need a new roof. So let the Affordable Roofing pros with 3 decades of experience and roofing knowledge guide you through this important process. Whether you need a shingle, metal tile, or a flat roof, Affordable Roofing Systems is your safest choice. Give them a call today at 1-888-397-ROOF for your free estimate, or visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. I also want to put a shout out to my good friends at Titan Plumbing and Electric. I know you guys have been hearing the spots for me for a long time. Joe Gennaro and his family have been friends of mine for close to 22, 23 years now. His kids really grew up on my boat. I fished both them boys, and since they've been just little tykes, and now I think one's graduated college and one's finishing up college. So it tells you I've been doing this. I've been doing this too long. But Joe gave me a call this week and wanted the boys out there to know, if you're a plumber and you are looking for a change, you want to go to work for some great people, Titan Plumbing and Electric is hiring. And again, like I said, Joe and his family are great, great people. They run a great business. They've done a lot of plumbing work at my house, competitive pay and benefits. Give them a call today at 813-933-8010. Titan Plumbing and Electric, looking for some extra plumbers. They got more work than they got plumbers. So I know a lot of people having that problem. But if you're looking to go to work for a good company, Titan Plumbing and Electric is a good one to call. Let's check in quick with the Florida Keys down at Big Pine Key. Captain Mike. Michael, how are you?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Sounding good as always.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Doing good. I can't wait to hear about your dock fishing rules and ethics and everything. I could only imagine standing there watching you get harassed.
Dylan wants to.
Tried to spray with a hose. I've seen some terrible videos of what people do in their backyards.
Dylan wants
people
to
fishing around their docks.
Dylan wants to be ethical about it. I do, as long as the homeowners are cool. If not, then all bets are off.
Well, the trick is not to get the homeowner outside. That's the trick.
It's not like I whistled at the dude, like, "Hey, come on out and annoy us. Hey, what are you doing in there? Hey."
Yeah,
no, I'm just fishing, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying there's a certain steps that you can take to try to avoid that. And at the point where he comes outside and he's starting to be a jackwagon, as you would say, your favorite word, then all right, then you move on.
It's not my
and then
favorite
you come
word.
back when
It's my favorite radio word.
I got you.
Use it on the radio.
Touche.
Well, the fishing down here has been good. Lots of bottom species. We've been doing a lot of bottom fishing. Been trolling too. The mahi are starting to show up. Real quick, I wanted to bring up to people that haven't made it to the Keys since the last mahi run. There are all new FWC rules. They've cut the total boat limit from 60 to 30, five fish per angler, or 30 total fish total on the boat, and no captain or crew catch.
Yep, that's the FWC regulations, but the South Atlantic hasn't matched them yet, and that's what the FWC is pushing for, correct?
Yeah, but they're already pushing it down here, so we don't want to rock the boat. So we're starting to implement. We're going to implement that rule no matter where we're fishing. Let's face it, 30 mahi. There's plenty of fish there. Don't get me wrong. But they're starting to show up, and just having a good old time. Yellowtailing's been fantastic. Yellowtail, the flags have been good. We're getting them 4 to 6 pounds. Groupers showing up. Still having to put them back, but soon enough we'll be getting them. So, just all in all, a great time. And real quick, I equivoate. You guys fishing around. We don't have a lot of channels for docks and everything. We do have them, but they're very small cuts and everything. Fishing around the bridges can be just as horrific with all the fishing piers down through here. You get somebody who's a Weisenheimer starts throwing things at you, especially a 2 or 3 ounce lead weight can get really testy.
Weisenheimer. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So
I'm going to use
our
that.
intention is definitely not to bring up the whole pier fishing versus boat fishing thing. I don't think I want to get into that one.
Well, we can.
We can try.
Yeah. I mean, we want to touch all the buttons.
Swing the boat around, and I'll give them a shower from them engines if I can aim them the right way.
Mike, real quick, let everybody know how they can get a hold of you down there.
Sure, it's 813-434-8086, CaptainMichael47gmail.com, or simply get in touch with Mike at 1-866-GAMEFISH, and he will definitely shoot you my number.
Appreciate you, brother. Great call as always. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
Good stuff right there. We got Donald in Lutz up on the other side. Hopefully we'll hear from you as well. We'll be back, 970 WFLA.
News, traffic, and weather.
Eventually, we'll get the good suggestions out there on one of these. Oh, that's funny. There's your Blue Angels.
Yep. Oh, so disappointing.
Man caught stealing a puppy on camera.
What? Who steals puppies?
Yeah, it's pretty low, man.
Yeah, it is.
How are you gonna steal a dog? I don't have to worry about that with my dogs.
No?
No. The 90-pound Doberman, he scares everybody off.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
How's the Doberman around the kids?
Great. Yeah, loves the kids. Even when they were babies, never had an issue. My daughter and my son too, when they were real young, like Emma is 8 months old, and she just whacks him and grabs and pulls and prods him. Jack is a lot better now that he's almost 3. He's a lot better with the dog. But occasionally he'll get frustrated, like the dog will eat some of his food. He'll freak out and slap him. But yeah, for the most part, they get along great. It's hilarious watching them try to, all 30 pounds of them trying to control that dog. It's hilarious.
That's
And
good.
the other day we're walking the dog. He's like, I want to hold the leash. I was like, I don't think so, buddy.
Not quite yet. Our dog Izzy, who's just a mutt. It's one of our favorite things about her.
Yeah.
The kids just, we got the grandkids and Georgia. Everybody just they lay all over her, and Izzy just lays on her bed. And they lay and pull and prod and don't ever stick their hands in Izzy's mouth while she's eating, and
No big deal.
no, Izzy's ain't got to worry about Izzy. Izzy's good dog,
Yeah.
as it should be.
I think it's a lot like people. It's all about how you raise the dog.
Oh, for sure. I mean, the dog grew up, or if they grow up around kids,
Like Mahoney's dogs.
yeah,
Mean as hell.
right,
Look who raised them.
just like Mahoney. That'd be mean as hell too. Good point.
Point proven. Yeah, it's definitely very much so. I don't think it's a breed thing.
Oh no, I don't think so either. I think there's good dogs and bad dogs in every breed, just like there's good people in bad people in every breed of people. Same scenario. Mm-hmm. No different. No different.
Yeah, so Captain Jack Satterfield brought up how it's illegal to harass hunters or fishermen. But that might be a rule, but proving that is impossible. And they don't really enforce it. Like if you're fishing a dock and you call the cops saying the homeowner's bothering you, it's not going to go well for anybody.
No.
Cop's going to show up upset.
Yeah.
He's going to tell everybody to leave, and if you mouth off, you're going to get arrested.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you can tell the cop, well, this is the statute. It's not how that works, unfortunately.
Yeah.
A lot of times the responding deputy's just trying to keep the peace and move on to the next call. And most of them don't know every statute or every aspect of the law, and it's all about how it's interpreted. So most of them are going to side with the homeowner in most cases, that I've found at least.
Well,
Depends on the situation, I guess.
I've had some really grumpy homeowners for no reason. you
Yeah.
know.
But the reason is, and my strong belief is, they're mad because of previous experiences. Because the people that were there yesterday were causing a ruckus, being loud, casting lures on their dock, jumping on their dock to get the lure that they snagged up. It's just like we were talking about just then. It's a few bad seeds ruining it for everybody. So if we can get the message out there, just how to try to be courteous and
But I've had dock homeowners just pissed that you're in their backyard.
yeah,
What do you see in my house? Listen, jackass, you bought the house on the water, fool.
yeah.
It's like the guy who owns a house on the golf course pissed off that a guy comes into your backyard to get their golf ball. Mm-hmm. What'd you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
Your dumbass bought a house
Yeah.
on the
Like
golf course.
I live on a soccer field on SYAA. I have kids jumping my fence all the time to get their soccer balls. Only thing that worries me is if
dog.
my Doberman's outside and you jump the fence, it's not going to go well.
Right.
So I have a ton of beware of dog signs, and I even added a fence to make sure the dog couldn't get to somebody if they jumped into a majority of the yards sectioned off to prevent that.
Right.
But yeah. One
Well,
of those
and again,
situations, I live on a soccer field. I can expect that.
Yeah, I don't think you should go, climb on somebody's dock to get your hook out. If you can go get your hook off of it, if you screw up and hook it, then you should go get it before you leave because they may have a dog.
Yeah.
I worry about the dogs getting up there eating
Yeah.
the bait off the dock or something with a hook
And
in it.
getting a
That's
hook in
bad.
its
Yeah,
mouth.
for
Yeah.
sure. Great conversation as usual going on at the break there. You can check that out on the live stream, which you can get at Real Animals Facebook page, also the Hubbard's Facebook page, and then several others, right?
Yep. Gills, T.A. Mahoney, a bunch of them.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. And the Real Animals YouTube channel.
We're everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Global.
Worldwide.
I wonder if the freshwater guys have dock fishing issues.
I'm sure they do.
Do they? We're going to find
Yeah.
out. We're going to find out.
I've seen videos of it before.
Really?
Yeah.
Get your bass off my dock.
Yep. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, but bass fishing docks is one of the best things to do.
For sure.
Yeah.
Structure.
Yeah.
They're very structure-oriented, those little buggers. Let's check in with Ron at Ron's Tackle Box, our freshwater guru. Get our freshwater report for this week. Ron, are there a lot of issues that you hear about in the tackle store there about homeowners and guys fishing their docks, getting into confrontations? Or is it?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
No
Let me
hesitation.
tell you what the deal is. It's a privilege to have a pier on the water. And I've had a lot of tournaments in the past, did 20 years of tournaments here, ran tournaments. We had one incident one time with Fish and Wildlife where they were helping me, and the guy got out of his dock and he's got on his pontoon and started spraying the guys with water because they were fishing around his dock. He said, that's private property. You can't do that.
Mm.
Well, Fish and Wildlife went over there. They arrested the guy and took his pontoon boat.
Beautiful.
Because, like I say, it's a privilege to have a fishing pier, but you don't own the water.
No.
As long as you don't get on somebody's pier, you're good.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think you belong on anybody's dock.
No, definitely.
Although, I mean, I have, worked hard to get a mistakenly tossed by one of my customers, a bait and hook off of somebody's dock because you don't know if they have dogs,
Right.
or kids.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, the kids
But
on
in
the
general,
dock.
people
But without
have to
stepping
respect
on
the
it.
Well, you
water.
try right. I mean, if it gets up there too far, you just kind of hose. You're like, oh, that's really bad.
Yeah.
And again, that falls on the captain sometimes because if you take people that can't cast the lick
Mm-hmm.
to fish docks,
That's
you're
on you.
really not. Yeah, I mean, if I notice they can't cast at all, I'm like, hey, why don't you let me put you right where you need to be? Because otherwise,
That's right.
and not that I haven't hooked a dock before. I mean, everybody's
I was
missing.
just about to say,
absolutely.
is that going to cure the problem?
What? If you there you go. I got you. God, he's tough.
But it's common sense. I told the guy, because they had him over at the landing, I says, what if somebody was drowning and they swam over to your dock? You're going to kick them off the dock? He said, you're doggone right. I said, well, you need some lessons.
Yeah, you're just a jackwagon. So,
That's right. That's
right?
Word of the day.
It's a great word,
Yeah.
jackwagon. Okay, so that's good.
Jackwagon.
So tell
Yeah,
so,
there you go.
yeah.
That must be from Wisconsin.
No, it's just a radio term that I came up with to keep me out of trouble.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, radio
That's good.
term.
It's a good one.
Yeah, straight radio
It's
term.
very polite.
Yeah, well, you don't want
Very
to.
polite.
Yeah, you want to be politically correct.
Eh.
Yes.
What did that wagon ever do to you?
What was the big bass this week? That's what we all
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah, what do we got for big fish this week?
Well, big fish is about 8 pounds. That's about all I've seen because we had some rough weather there during the week. Kind of threw people off a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But mainly everybody's fishing bluegill shellcracker. Doing a real good time with that. And there has been a lot of schooling bass. But like I say, the biggest one I've heard and seen was an 8-pounder.
Okay, it's still
Which
a
is
great
still a
fish.
beautiful
Yeah,
fish.
sure, for
Yeah.
sure, it's good fish, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the bluegills are on fire and the shellcrackers, and good time to come out here. And you're still getting some speckled perch mixed in. And tilapia, if you like to fish tilapia, wonderful time. Spawning season for them.
How do you compare, if you're comparing speckled perch and bluegill as table fare, how close or not close do you think they are?
They're different. They're totally different. Everybody seems to like the speckled perch best of all fish around here.
Okay, I get that.
As flavor or what have you. But the bluegills, they have a good. They're more of a sweet meat. It's real good. Not a problem.
Yeah, I ate a bunch of it growing up. They're real popular up north.
Sure.
Too, so,
Absolutely.
Yeah, interesting. Good stuff. Tell everybody how they can find you out there, Ronnie.
All righty, I'm at 380 South Lakeshore Way, which is 1792 in Lake Alfred. Phone number 863-956-4990, and hopefully I have a better report next week.
Hey, it's all good, brother. You do a great job for us.
8-pound bass is nothing to frown
yeah,
about.
that's not a bad report.
Still think that's a
go.
big one.
Yeah, it's a good fish.
Thanks,
my
guys.
friend. Thank you, brother. We appreciate you. Have a great week.
All right.
That's our good friend, our freshwater guru, Ron at Ron's Tackle Box.
The man, the myth,
there
the
in
legend.
Lake Alfred. He is quite the awesome cat. Speaking of awesome cats, let's check in with our good friend Donald in Lutz. Donald, we want to definitely thank you for supporting the CCA banquet. It was great to see everybody out there at the Tampa CCA banquet. Pretty good turnout. We had
It was a good
full,
time.
Yeah, pretty full Higgins Hall. The beers were cold, the food was good, and
Whiskey was cold too.
lots of great people. What was it? What year was it that you were drinking? 1870. Donald, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Yeah, those Jack and Cokes were terrific, and that nice steak and potatoes, all that good stuff. But
Super.
and it's Mike, I think those people confrontate you because they can brag to their buddies. Hey, I had a run in with Captain Mike. I'm famous now.
I don't think they know. I don't think they know who you are. It just seems like those people aren't dialed into fishing at all. When they come out of the dock angry like that,
is a lot of times people call me. It happens probably at least once a month, where someone moved down here, they bought a house on the water, and they don't understand that that's normal. That what do you mean I can't tell someone they can't be right next to my dock? I'm like, yeah, you bought a house on the water. Someone can pull up. They can't get onto your dock.
Right.
They can't touch your property, but they can be inches from it.
Sure.
And that's totally legal.
Right.
You don't own the water. And a lot of homeowners are like, what?
Yeah.
And then they probably hang up with me and call their local police department to confirm what I said was true. But that happens more often than people think, is the homeowners just don't know. So trying to work as a fisherman, a dock line, and you run into a homeowner like that, it's all about how you approach it. If you're like, hey, we're just out here trying to have a good time. We're going to not touch your property. We're just trying to fish. And if they're like, you can't be in my backyard, then it's a good idea just to move on. They're going to get angry. They're going to call the cops, and the cops are going to inform them that, hey, you're wrong. He's allowed to be back there. You can come back an hour later and fish it again.
Here's what was really good on one of my experiences. I was sheep's head fishing, and got on this dock. I like to sheep's head fish, and this dude comes out, bro, like in his PJs, and he is fit to be tied, lit like a candle, bro. And I'm like, bro, chill out. He's like, I didn't buy this expensive house to have people in my backyard all the time wanting. I'm like, well, dude, certain times of year, this thing is pretty red hot. You might want to get used to it. He went and grabbed a giant rock off the shoreline and threw it off his dock in the water. There, now the fish won't chew. I went, no, but I said, it's great that you're adding structure to one of my favorite spots, dude. So we'll be back tomorrow. See you, pal. I'm like, you're so lit, bro, that I can have fun with you for hours. Like, you're so mad. Like, you're like you're just like a puppet. Like, we can play you like a fiddle.
See, my thing is fishing dock lights at night. When I was younger and had my small Carolina skiff, that's what me and my buddies did all the way through middle school and high school, is fish dock lights. And you'd have homeowners flip off their dock light. Well, so you had to approach as quietly as possible and be super stealthy. And then it didn't cause problems. But if you get out there and you have the one buddy on the boat who's not really a fisherman, and he's talking loud and making a ruckus and shining the flashlight in the back of the house.
I can see. Well, that's a whole nother issue, and that's we talked about that too. The bad fishermen ruining it for the good fishermen.
And that's the thing with society in general. You got a few bad apples out there on the water who want to be confrontational, who want that homeowner to come out of the house so they can say, well, according to statute, blah, 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 you're harassing me and I can call the cops on you. You're the one breaking the law. Those arguments are what ruin it for everybody.
Right. Yeah, you're right. There's no
More
doubt.
and more homeowners are just taking their dock lights off their dock. One of my favorite dock lights growing up, it's no longer there. The homeowner got tired of it, pulled the dock lights out from underneath their dock.
If the fish still congregate there.
Probably.
It's not just the dock light. It helps.
I mean, on a new moon at
It
night,
helps. I
the
know.
dock
I
light
get it.
is what attracts the
I
fish.
get it, but there's still fish. I don't fish
Maybe
it.
during the day.
I don't fish at night.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of docks that I fish on a regular basis that hold fish.
I really want to pull out the Mahoney comments about when you fish, but I'll hold back.
It won't do you any good. Listen, whatever.
But dock light night dock light fishing this time of year, especially up this coming week and into this weekend on a new moon, that's the time to do it. But you got to be careful.
Yeah. See, it's not my fault that it takes Mahoney to do all day what I do in half a day.
Oh, here we
go. It's not my fault.
I didn't even have to say it, and he's still defensive.
Sorry, Donald. You did it. It's your fault,
Is
Donald.
Donald still on the phone?
Oh, yeah, he's here. He's playing along.
That's all right. I got to get my wife to the airport.
Okay.
Mike, I texted you some dates.
Yep. I'll get to it, brother. I had that big event yesterday and didn't get a chance to get in front of my book, but I'll get you and Patrick McConaughey set up for your trips, and we'll rock and roll. Appreciate you.
That sounds great.
All right, my brother.
Looking forward to it.
Have a safe ride to the airport.
All right, you guys take care.
All right, buddy.
I got to get my wife to the airport.
All right, good luck.
Going to Memphis. Going to go visit the grandkids.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Yeah, a very nice gesture by Donald in Lutz there, who picked up my fishing charter that I was donating for CCA. So,
did he want the charter or the four Bull Bay rods?
He might have a little of both.
I was
maybe.
about ready to bid on it. That's 4 Bull Bay rods and all that real animals gear, and you got to go fishing.
Yeah.
That's a good deal.
I would have taken you.
Yeah,
I
thought about it for a second.
I'd have taken you dock fishing to your favorite dock.
At night?
Maybe.
I thought you said you don't fish at night.
I don't.
For me, you would?
I might. Well, you know why? Because there'd have been, 1807? Is that what year
there
it was?
It is. Whiskey.
The whiskey'd have been flowing. Yeah, it might have happened. Let's check in quick with Richard on the South Shore, who wants to talk about them dock lights. We must have touched a nerve to hear from our good friend Richard there. Richard, how are you, buddy?
Doing all right this morning. As a matter of fact, I'm standing out on the dock right now.
Nice.
You just turned the hose on somebody?
I don't have any. I don't have any lights on this one, and it's not much fishing activity up here. But for about 15 years, I lived over on Bogosiega Bay on St. Pete Beach.
Oh, yeah.
Probably fish your dock.
Yeah. And had a lot of people out there fishing the dock. I fished it myself. And there were a couple of things that were pretty bad. You get some people out there, they're not necessarily on a charter because you got somebody supervising and seeing that people don't get too rowdy or loud. But, sometimes people get out there and they're drinking and raising hell. And you go out and ask them to tone it down. They start getting abusive to you. You're not asking them to leave or anything. You say, hey, keep the noise down.
Yeah, for sure.
And
Courteous.
although it's counterproductive fishing, I've had them pull up there and, with the radio or the music playing real loud in the middle of the night when I'm trying to get ready to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, that ain't cool.
Another thing is you talk about approaching the docks real quiet, and that's generally done by anybody who knows how to fish because they don't want to scare them off.
Mm-hmm.
But I've had people approach the dock real quiet, do their fishing, and then leave under full throttle.
Oh.
And you're in the house asleep, and you think somebody's grabbed your dock box or your motor or something like that and hauled ass. It'll roll you out of bed. I've had that happen on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of people out there that, get people's hackles up over fishing their docks at night.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things I did is when I got tired of it, I just shut the light off.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So,
I get it. Well, and like Dylan said, sometimes the knucklehead screwed up for everybody.
Yep.
Well, that's the way it is everywhere. But that should, give you a little sensitivity toward those people who might be somewhat negative about it. I didn't mind if somebody come up there, and I didn't know about it most of the time if they did it properly. But all it takes is a few jackwagons, as you put it, and screw the whole thing up.
Amen.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen.
Hey, great call, my friend.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, Richard. We appreciate you, brother, as always. Good stuff.
All right, see you.
Thanks, partner.
Yeah, good input. Not
Very
only
good.
approaching cautiously and courteously, but leaving and departing that way too.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about that.
Yeah.
Anybody be quite that big a jackwagon, but go figure.
Yeah.
Tear out of there in the middle of the night, make a bunch of noise with your motor is jacked up. We got a good friend William in Crystal River, always a good caller as well. Hopefully we got something coming from you. If you got something on your mind, a question, comment, fishing report, feel free to bring it right here, 1-800-969-9352. Light them up. We'll be back.
So proud of him by the time I was 10. Yeah, that was my daddy.
When it comes to keeping the Real Animals team on the water, nobody does it better than
Yeah, that is a great point because
that was a good point.
One of my favorite custom rods, my first custom rod that I ever got, I bought from Chaos Rods. I had one of those original Stratics with the wood handle.
Yeah.
Like that was my combo, man. I had caught so many fish with that. That was like my prized possession. And I went fishing, rinsed it off, and left it out back of my house. Not on the dock. Like, it was up against the back of the house, and it was gone the next morning. It was stolen out of my backyard. We lived on the water. Someone saw it in a boat, and they jumped up in the backyard and stole it. So, I mean, that was was a big issue for people living on the water. So he makes a really great point. You take off from docks, you're making people assume that you just stole something. Well, not only are you waking up homeowners and not being courteous, but you're also drawing attention to yourself and potentially having someone call the cops on you.
It's a good way to get shot.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm. Good way to become a whistle.
Yeah, well, you can only
side,
use your self-defense if they're on your property. So shooting a boat as they depart your property.
No, absolutely not. No.
You're talking about if you catch them in your backyard.
Yeah, if you get them in the backyard. No, we don't just shoot it. No.
I'm just clarifying. I knew what he meant.
If you're in the
backyard,
backyard,
I knew what he meant, but I wanted to
If you're in the
clarify.
backyard stealing my stuff, I don't think you should die per se. So I'm going to shoot you in the leg.
No.
You shoot to kill?
If I'm pulling a gun, it's to defend my life or my property. I'm not shooting them in the leg because I'm not going to court.
Well, but then, so I might have to shoot you twice.
Yeah.
Because I want you to suffer a little before I shoot you.
I'll shoot you twice, but it'll both be in your chest. Then you'll be dragged inside. Again, further avoiding court.
Headshot. Nice.
You don't aim for the head, dude. Center mass.
Okay.
Less likely to miss.
Whatever.
I mean, if we're giving fishing advice inshore, I'll let you do that. But shooting advice, we'll stay on this side of the table, all right?
Whatever. These youngsters. Too funny. Garth Brooks in concert.
Garth Brooks in concert. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, the pier fisherman versus boat fisherman, that's a tough one. I think it just, again, goes to courtesy.
Well, it does, and that's the bad part. Sometimes it's, in both situations, sometimes it's provoked. Sometimes there's no reason for it. I've been to the Sunshine Skyway fishing pier and been super calm, nowhere near the fishing, and guys just get unruly. Listen, bro, I'm just catching bait. You're here fun fishing. I'm working. Let me catch some bait here.
But,
as a matter of fact, I've several times.
They're fun fishing, and they have just as much right to the resource as we do
100%.
Working on the water.
And what I've tried to do, my wife's been with me when I've done it. Hey, if you let me slide in here, I'm gonna get 1,100 pieces in one throw.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pull back in. You're going to send me down your bucket, and I'm going to fill your bucket so you and your little ones up there have all the bait you need. They catch fish all day. Mm-hmm. I mean, I try to be nice. I've had some cases where they've thrown some stuff at me where I'm like, I will climb up there, and your silly ass is coming off that pier. I'm throwing your dumb ass in a drink if you hit me or my boat with that lead. I promise you. You are coming off the pier.
This is us.
Jackwagon. Is there ever a time like that ZZ Top gets old?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. What do you think, Rob? ZZ Top get old to you?
I have to put on my headset. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
ZZ Top?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think it gets old, right?
I mean, I think from a young man seeing those sunglasses on a really long beard, that's so funny to me. Because those are the types of beards like you wear for like Halloween.
All right.
You know? Yeah, have you ever wanted one of those
Yes,
long, luxurious
100%.
beards? Because like you could stroke your stubble, right? And you can just be like, But then you're like, just all the way up and down that beard.
I just like the tune, bro. I wasn't going to the whole bearded thing, but that's cool.
You can't not think about the beard when you're thinking about ZZ Top.
Fair enough.
Okay.
That's where all their talent is made, in their beard.
Let's go to the phones here. We got a short segment. Let's check in with William in Crystal River. Willie, how are you?
Hey, Captains, how you guys doing?
We're good, buddy.
Doing well.
Yeah, really good. Thanks.
Good. Dylan, I saw you on TV
Every
talking
day.
about the sand erosion. I was wondering if you could borrow some of your buddies' bigger boats and try to blast that sand out.
Yep.
It seems kind of strange why the channel, the government doesn't cover the cost of clearing the channel themselves. A lot of people are losing sand to their beach erosions and stuff.
Yeah.
I just didn't know if some of your bigger boat buddies could blast that sand out.
That's where all that sand came from to begin with.
We
isn't it?
don't have enough time in the show to cover all the intricacies of the sand issue, but that's what we do. That's how we've stayed in business, is keeping that sand back with our boats. And some bigger boats, like a big tugboat coming in there, could make some more damage, but essentially you have to tie that boat to a dock or a structure to stop it. And one of those big tugboats pulling on our poles, it's not going to end well, because they're not that far in the bottom. I mean, a tugboat's pulling on big ships. They have a lot of thrust. So basically our boats are about as big a boat as we can use to hold that sand back. And that's how we've been able to stay in business in the last 30 years that we've been dealing with this issue. But the sand intrusion is caused from a multitude of things, but definitely has been exacerbated in the last 20 years by the man-made decisions, lengthening the southern jetty, changing the bridge, and adding all that rubble underneath it at the end of the old bridge. In 2007, when the old Johns Pass Bridge was like falling into the water, divers could literally swim underneath the support structure for the bridge because it was so wallowed out. So they just came in there and dumped barges full of rubble right there and never removed it when they built the new bridge, and then added even more rubble to build the bridge and never removed that. And there's a bunch of old bridge rubble still there from when they knocked down the old bridge and just didn't clean up. So all that rubble there has accreted sand or built up sand over the years and made it even worse. So there's so many things, and the biggest thing is it's not our property. A lot of people are like, oh, this is a private business issue, you fix it. Well, it's state land, DOT, county land. We can't go over to property that's not ours and address a situation that we didn't control. So it's a huge issue. And there was 15 city and state employees there the other day for about 8 hours trying to address the drainage because Gulf Boulevard was flooding because of that sand buildup.
Willie,
so it affects a lot more.
I got to let you go, brother. I'm up against the break, but that is a great call. We appreciate you, brother.
Tight lines, guys. Good luck fishing. Have a great day. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet.
Thanks,
buddy. Good stuff, always. Good stuff. Talking more dock fishing, maybe, or any other kind of fishing you want to do on the other side. 1-800-969-9352. Light them up. We'll be back.
Wake up in the morning.
Sorry, Willie. Didn't mean to talk so long.
No, it's good. It's good.
Why do you turn the monitor up when we go live? Because you turn it down for breaks, but then you turn it back up when we go live?
I don't know.
You just slide them both up. It's muscle memory, don't you? Yeah.
I don't know why. It's a good call.
I didn't know if there was a reason for it.
Yeah, just habit.
Muscle memory. Another reason to train.
Oh, yeah.
For center mass.
Wolf Blitzer.
Man, he's been in the game a long time.
That's right. Raging Democrat. What?
No, it's just his personality is hilarious.
Yeah. Good. There he is. Fearless leader.
We're live. We're live on break.
I know. I can listen, man.
All right, I'm just saying.
I didn't say anything about it.
Just throwing it out there.
Fearless leader.
All right.
Why do you
Just
assume,
reminding you before you go further.
Why do you assume that I'm going to A, go further, or B, would be mocking our leadership?
I have no idea why I would assume that.
I don't know either.
Maybe I've learned from the past.
That can't be it. It's a bit gusty out there.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. It's not bad today, is it? Is the weather bad today?
It's moderate, yeah.
Moderate?
Yeah. I wouldn't say the weather's bad today, but it's not good. At least if we're talking offshore, near shore.
I'm sleepy.
Today is 15 to 16 mile an hour winds out of the northwest. Seas 3.3 to 3 foot at Egmont Key.
What are you reading there? What do you use?
I prefer to use Windfinder, NOAA, and then I look at the buoys and kind of mix all three together.
Because my Windfinder has 12 to 13.
I'm looking at the Egmont Key channel entrance buoy. That's what I use primarily.
I have St. Pete offshore.
St. Pete offshore is in 1,500 foot of water, about 78 miles to our southwest, so it's not really applicable.
So which one do you use?
Egmont Key channel. Egmont channel.
How do I get that one up?
You know, do you have them on your home screen? Oh my God. Are you using the app?
Yeah. What was I supposed to do?
You can use the app if you want. Do you use the favorites at least?
Yeah, it's in my favorites.
I'll add it for you.
Oh boy. Everybody needs a Dylan. I'm telling you. Everybody needs a Dylan.
There you go. Now it's up top for you.
Nice.
You know there's a middle Tampa Bay one too, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah. See, this is what I do for my weather links. So those are all, that's Windfinder. Then you've got the NOAA forecast areas, the buoys, and then the graphs, and then radars, and then tides. But these are actually websites. But let's say I want to see the Egmont Key buoy. You can add it to your home screen so it looks like an app, but it's really a website. So then it takes you, and you can read the weather data off the app. So the forecast right now it's supposed to be 3.3 foot. It's 3.9 foot right now on the buoy. That's why I like looking at the buoys, because the forecast is often wrong. It's either overestimating or underestimating. It's rare that it actually matches what the buoy's actually doing. So that's why I like looking at the buoy in real time. Plus, it gives you the period of the waves.
All right.
Like it's a 3.9 foot wave with a 7-second period.
I need that as well.
All right. Well, that's going to take a little bit more time. But I can do that
Just
after.
make it happen.
Yes, sir.
Please. Please, Pumpkin, make it happen.
You still use Safari? You don't have Google Chrome? Oh, my gosh. Where's your weather thing on here?
What weather thing?
Oh, Windfinder, you have it on the second page?
Just wherever it is.
This is my blood pressure is going up looking at your home screen. This is after the show for sure. We don't have enough time on break to fix all those problems.
Come on.
Yeah, you can make folders, so you can put all those apps you don't use in a folder, and then it condenses it down, so you can have all the stuff you use on one page. That way you don't have to flip between pages to find the apps you want.
How do you find the folders?
The folders are on the next page, and then you can group them up like the Apple apps, like Notes and Keywords and Keynote and iMovie. You're never going to use that, so you throw it all into one folder and call it Apple apps. That way, if you need it, you know where it's at. Yeah. Organization, dog.
Very interesting. Where's that coming from?
I know, that's. I was like, what the world?
Okay.
We got some people going to the air show today.
Oh, yeah.
I always want to fly my drone when I leave here on Gandy, and then I remember that McDill's right there.
Got a plan. Especially today.
Yeah.
They be flying low.
Mm-hmm. Well, they put out a TFR. If you take off, you're going to get fined $250,000.
Oh. Welcome back. 7:06 here, almost, well, now 7:07. I was going to say almost 7:07, but bam, there it is. 7:07 here at the
A little bit behind the times here in iHeart Media Empire.
Shut up. It's all good. All good. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. Remember, if you're looking for a roof or a roof repair, to check out our good friends at Affordable Roofing Systems. Real simple. Call and get a free estimate, 1-888-397-ROOF, or you can visit them online at affordableroofingflorida.com. Again, shingle, metal, tile, or flat roofs, Affordable Roofing Systems. They're your best and safest choice. So give them a call today. Again, 1-888-397-ROOF. Get yourself that free estimate for rainy season. Really
Hurricane
gets
season
on top of us.
Hurricane season's around the corner, folks.
Not that far. It's not that far. Also, if you're a plumber, my good friend Joe Gennaro at Titan Plumbing and Electric is looking for some really good plumbers. They need some people over there. They got a pile of work to get done and not enough people. So if you're looking for a great family to work for, Joe Gennaro and his family are first-class people. I've known them for many years. Super awesome people. Again, competitive pay and benefits. If you're not happy in your current environment, maybe you need to look somewhere else. And I highly recommend Titan Plumbing and Electric. It's 813-933-8010 for more information on how you can get yourself in a better place. Let's get our safe boating tip of the week.
Jim Fogel lives on the water.
Good morning.
He does.
He's got a dock light.
I don't think. Does anybody ever fish your dock, Jim?
Oh no.
Never?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
No, there's no fish there, man.
Right.
I see what he did there.
There's no sense in fishing there if there's no fish. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Wasting your time.
I agree.
You could go sign up with Captain Mike or Captain Dylan, and be a lot smarter.
way to deflect.
Yeah,
expert level.
I whenever I go to Jim's house, I just wave. Like, hey Jim, hey Ruth, how are you?
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
All good.
I got several things this morning, guys.
Right,
I got just kind of a plethora here. First of all, I want to talk about Coast Guard Station Ponce Inlet, which is over on the other side there by Daytona, rescued a 48-year-old man from the water after his 17-foot vessel capsized 18 miles east of Ponce Inlet Friday night.
Wow.
Yeah. Now, the guy was smart in one way. Anyway, he did have doesn't say whether it was a personal locator beacon or a EPIRB, but anyway, he did have an emergency position indicating radio beacon, which helped Station Ponce Inlet find him. Okay, so he lucked out, but God knows what he was doing that far out.
Yeah, wow.
Now, similar
18 miles.
Station Isla Morada rescued a guy on a windsurfer 15 miles south of Isla Morada.
What in the world? I feel like there should be some sort of discrepancy here, Jim. Like if you get a call from the Coast Guard and you're on a 15-foot boat more than 15 miles offshore, more than 10 miles offshore, it's like, yeah, we'll get to you when we have time. You did this to yourself.
And you know the guy in the 17-foot boat should be fishing docks.
Yeah, that's right. Over in Ponce Inlet. In Ponce Inlet, yeah. Okay. Now, for all these guys that like to run around and fish at night, especially guys that run at high speeds, just listen to this. A Marsec, you guys have heard of Marsec. Marsec is one of the largest container shippers that there is. They ship all over the world. They ship all kinds of, they're the ones that are hanging offshore California because they can't get in and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, they lost 90 Connex containers in heavy weather last week in the North Pacific.
Not good.
Now, last year, they lost 260 containers overboard.
Wow.
Now, you think about these things. They're as big as a large room in your house.
Yeah.
And they're dark.
Some great fishing structure, though. They don't float, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They
most
float
of the time.
For a while, but not way out of the water. It's like there'll be 2 feet of it sticking out of the water.
Wow.
So if you hit one of those guys, it's all over.
Yeah,
so,
over. Yeah.
So just think about that now. These containers were lost way away from here, but, stuff does float. I mean, they're finding things all the time in the Gulf that started out in the Atlantic. So
I've always said that about night fishing. That's the reason I don't night fish more, because you can see this. Seriously, you can see the Skyway Bridge. You can see your lit markers. You're looking at your machine. What you can't see is all the stuff that's floating.
No, it's scary. Right. It's very unnerving when you're leaving on, for example, the Flying Hub 2. You did a trip with us, Captain Fogel, where we went out red snapper fishing. We left at 5 a.m. Pulling out of Johns Pass and heading west at 5 a.m. You can have a lookout. You can have 3 lookouts. You're not going to see what's semi-surface. One of those Conex containers is out there. You're just not going to see it.
Well, it's not even. I mean, the chances of that I don't think are so great, but for us. But dude,
we run into we don't run into, but we see trees.
Absolutely,
out there.
Palm trees all the time. You see them in the bay. I mean, dude.
And I've seen Connex containers floating, underwater by my dock. So you want to be careful if you want.
See what he did there.
I just warned you. I just telling
you.
And
that's why it's good. That's what eases my mind, at least, is a Coast Guard inspected vessel. If we hit something with 1/4-inch aluminum hulls and main transverse watertight bulkheads, we're going to be all right, even if we're 100 miles offshore, because we're not going to sink the vessel. But fiberglass hulls.
Yeah, bad.
Gonna open up a big hole quick.
Yeah, ends badly.
Yeah. Got one more thing.
Come on.
One more thing. There's an air show over at McDill today.
Yep.
And those things are usually great to watch from the water. But for you guys that are coming from Pinellas area, remember the wind's going to be up to 15 or so this afternoon, coming from the northwest, which means you're going to be beating it going home. And some of the wind's going to be higher. So you guys in little boats, really take care. Really be careful, okay?
Good call. Good job, Jimmy.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate the time. For the Coast Guard Auxiliary in St. Pete, Jim Fogel, be safe out there.
Thank you, sir.
See you.
So blessed to have those safe boating tips.
I like how he's doing the stories, too.
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
is cool. That is a good...
adds to it.
It's a nice addition. He's done hundreds and hundreds of these for us over the years on both the... Saturday morning show, the Bartow Ford Real Animals Radio Show, and then the T.A. Mahoney Company Real Animals Radio Show on Sunday. So super good stuff. Look at this. It's 7:14. Something must be up. Mike Mesra is calling us awfully early this morning. Yeah, he's usually like a last-minute guy. We're trying to squeeze him in, but we get all
this dock light fishing and homeowners versus boaters. Shotguns.
It makes you want. It makes you want to shoot clays. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, good morning. I thought I'd throw you off a little bit, and get a little bit earlier today. Throw you off.
How you doing, Mike?
All good. Hey, so I actually I can always talk about obviously shooting and clays and stuff, but years ago I did it. And you guys know this guy, the Mad Hooker, Dave Parmalu.
Oh, yeah.
I filmed him like something ago all through the night. I think we were down in Venice, and we fished at all these docks and bridges and caught these monster reds and snook all night long. I tell you, it was so much fun, but it kicked my butt for like 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Staying up all night. It killed me. I couldn't believe it, but it was fun.
Yeah, and that's actually when we started talking about this subject before the show. That's actually who came to mind, and we reached out to, but he must be sleeping because he is a vampire. Stays up all night, sleeps all day.
Is he still doing it?
Oh yeah,
oh
yeah,
hard
at a high level too.
Lord.
Yeah, grinding it out.
He's the king.
Yep.
He's the king of the nights. But anyway, a lot of fun. But I do get people, when you guys were talking about it, I live on the Palm River, and I get people all the time fishing those docks. And, it is what it is. I don't ever, get upset. I think my dogs go out there and mess with them more than me. So, but it all works out. But anyway, it's all good. Anyway, good morning, guys. Just wanted to call and say, hey, we got the big RACA event today. We had the Tampa Bay Builders Association shoot yesterday at Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. They had like 300, 320 shooters and raised a bunch of money for their organization. So the weather's just been banner, as you guys know. And I'm actually going out on the boat tonight, I think, and going to do the downtown cruise at nighttime.
Nice.
So it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Watch out for shipping containers.
Exactly. But anyway, I just want to call and say, hey, you guys come on out to Tampa Bay Sporting Clays. We're open all day. Got an event this morning, but rearranging a few things and got some surprises for you coming up. We're going to work on it this summer. And we also paved our driveway, so everybody's been freaking out about that. And, Mike, I think it happened like 2 days after you were there for the children's home shoot. But I tried to get it in before, but I didn't. But so it's like a different ball game. Also, real quick, April 6th, we've got cars, clays, and steaks. We're going to actually have a car show out there. So bring your cool car, and we're going to give away prizes and stuff for 4 categories.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That is nice. Mike Measures the guy.
Yeah, man.
He's the man. Nicely done, Mike. Give everybody the address. How do they find you?
10514 Aaron Cutoff, www.mytbsc.com, and just check our schedule. But kids are welcome, wives, girlfriends, everybody's welcome to come have fun.
You're the man,
Thanks,
brother.
guys.
All right, Maz. Thank you. Such good people. Just really good people.
Yeah, my TBS as in Sam C Sporting Clays. Yeah.
TBS.
Tampa Bay Sporting Clays.
Yeah. Good stuff for sure. Again, it's a blast. If you've never done it, it's an incredible thing. It's great for kids. It's great for ladies. Super safe. They've got range officers out there.
Just know when you bring your wife, she's going to outshoot you.
Yeah, that's the way that works.
Just know that.
That's the way it works. My wife's like Annie Oakley out there. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, your wife's better at a lot of things than you.
You're really going to go there?
Really went there.
Why? Like Emily's not better at a lot of things than you?
Oh, she's a way better shot with the shotgun than me, for sure.
I'll bet she's better.
And last time she went fishing with me,
a lot of things.
Last time she went fishing with me, she caught the biggest grouper on the boat. So yeah, it's true.
Exactly.
Ladies do it better.
He's up there, Chief.
Yeah, you just put it out there on Facebook so often that it's hard.
I don't
not
have
to
any
keep
choice.
on.
I don't have any choice. The butt whoopings just keep on coming, and you'll get used to it. You haven't been married as long as I have.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, your most recent post on Facebook with that little baby rooster fish, you could have at least held your wife's fish up for that photo. Would have been a much better promo.
No, that's not. I'm listening. It's not how it works. I have a picture of a bigger one, and that wasn't the one I wanted to put up there.
Okay.
I have a bigger rooster fish. It's been on Facebook. You have to look more than once every other week. Pay attention.
I get notified of every one of your posts, sir. I saw your wife's fish, and then I saw yours.
Yeah, my wife has a much bigger rooster than I do. God bless her. Okay.
Dock fishing. Bring us back.
Animosity is up next. 1-800-969-9352.
You all heard the TV comment. I heard it. He snuck it in there, but we heard it.
Phone lines are open. That's always, I'm telling you, you can't turn on the TV without seeing D Hubs. He's everywhere. The dude's everywhere. It's like a superhero. It's ridiculous. God bless him.
All places at once.
We'll be back.
When it comes to keeping the Real Animals team on the water, nobody does it better than T.A. Mahoney Company. They have a full-service boat and trailer service department. They do your electronics, boat rigging, trailer repairs, including...
I talked to him about playing this weekend because I didn't get to play my other tournament this month. So I was like, I could play this weekend, just let me know. But this was like 2 weeks ago. I mean, I texted him March 8th.
March 8th.
Yeah. Looks like I'm open that weekend if you need me. What positions? Catch, DH, first. Crickets. I got nothing from him. So I didn't know. Then this morning they're at the ball field and he's like, hey, you playing today? I wanted to. Never heard back from him, so I assumed he didn't need me. Oh, well, I would have.
Frustrating. Wait, so your team still has a coach?
Yeah, you really need one.
Really? Just to keep everybody in agreement? Who coaches you guys?
Just somebody runs it. You know what I mean? It's not so much coach. It's just somebody puts together the lineup and,
I got you. And
you always
coordinates
got to
the
fill
logistics.
out paperwork. Yeah.
Like you got a what's your league? 50 and up?
Yeah.
So I'm envisioning a coach in like one of those like
a walker.
Exactly. One of those like wheelie carts.
Yeah, no. It's not quite that bad.
Mike, step it up.
I wish.
That's funny. Come on.
It is funny. It is funny.
Who coaches a 50 and up league?
Another good 50 and up guy.
So just someone on your team calls himself coach because he's the one who fills out the paperwork.
Put it all together.
Yeah,
call
that
it
makes
text.
sense.
Put the group text together and have.
Someone has to deal with the BS.
Yes. Like that guy. Like, are you here? No, because
No.
I didn't know.
He failed to put together the group text.
I wanted to. You playing today? I wanted to. Never heard back from you, so I assumed you didn't need me. I would have played. Would have been great. And my daughter we got my grandson's birthday today, his 10th birthday.
Oh.
And she was like, we could do it. We could do it, the week after if you want. Just let me know. And I didn't hear back from him, so I'm like, well, you can do whatever weekend you want. So now I got to. They're played early this morning too. I hate early games.
Well,
I hate them. Much rather play about 10:30 in the morning.
so you can get your Waffle House in first?
Yeah, I can wake up, get breakfast. It's much better. Much better. No, he's not texting me back. Sorry, dude. You gotta communicate, bro.
Drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee a day could add years to your life. I thought they said caffeine's bad for you. Well, drinking 2 to 3 cups of coffee can add years to your life. What about if you drink 12? Am I going to live forever?
No, but you'll probably have kidney stones.
That prevents kidney stones.
I'm with you. All day, every day. I don't even drink soda.
His bottles are even branded.
That's right. Welcome back. Phone lines are open. 1-800-969-9352. I think I've got the Polk County CCA banquet this week.
Polk.
The
There's
Polk.
an L in there.
Pokey Bowl. Polk. Yeah, I think.
How many CCA banquets do you do? That's what my wife and I were talking about on the way home. Like, how you do all of them?
Not all of them, but I mean, just the local ones.
Well, I mean, all of them in our local area.
Yeah, well,
Hillsboro, Pinellas, Manatee.
I didn't do Manatee.
You didn't do Manatee? You didn't. I want to go to a Manatee.
I bet you
one.
do want to go see it. I went down. Brian Gorski invited me down not this past one, and obviously we had COVID, so that boogered up the one before that. But I think it was the one before that, before COVID. He invited us to just come down.
The time BC.
It was exactly. It was a really neat experience because it's an incredible banquet, like 1,000 people. I mean,
Manatee County has 1,000 people attend their banquet.
Yeah.
Pinellas County, the most densely populated county, has like 100.
Yeah.
Hillsboro,
maybe 200.
Tampa, big city, had maybe 150, 200. I don't know how many people. There was a lot of people there. But
actually, it's the Hillsboro one is okay. The Pinellas one is a sham.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous that
it's not. I don't even think there's 100 there.
There's more than 100, I think, but it might not have been this time because of COVID.
Yeah, I'm not good at counting people, but let's just say it should be closer to 1,000.
It should be Pinellas. I've said that all along.
Pinellas and Hillsboro.
Pinellas County to me is a heartbreaker. I can't wrap my brain around Pinellas County. With as much of that county is surrounded by water.
Yeah,
why you wouldn't be involved makes no sense.
It's a peninsula.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, I wrote about this in the last Florida Guides Association newsletter is getting involved and what getting involved means. A lot of people think that getting involved and to be involved and to be up to date on what's going on, you have to attend meetings and you have to be a part of this group and that group. And no, it's just simply, it could be as easy as join an email list. Get on the mailing list of CCA, of the Florida Guides Association, of Captains for Clean Water, of the Tampa Bay Waterkeepers, all the other great groups, the Friends of Tampa Bay, all these different groups and stay up to date with what's going on, and then pick and choose. You see an event like a banquet that's fundraising money to go do oyster bed restoration, seagrass restoration, and all the great things that CCA does, and all the other groups that I mentioned and didn't mention and forgot to mention. Then you can get involved.
Right.
Go to a dinner. Have a good time. Maybe win some artwork.
We had a blast.
Maybe have Mike Mahoney outbid you on a piece of art, you know? Still a little upset about that.
Yeah,
but
bitter.
Yeah,
Bitter.
it is what it is.
Bitter party of one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your wife wasn't upset at all, though.
No, she didn't want that.
She did not want it.
She told me immediately, "You're hanging that in the studio, not in our home." And I was like, "Yeah, we'll see." But it was a cool painting of a beautiful old Ford truck with a bunch of fish tails, tuna tails to be specific, and fishing poles in the bed of it. It was a really cool painting.
K. Scott, right?
Yeah,
K.
yeah.
Scott art.
Love that guy.
Yeah.
I've got 3 big paintings from past CCA banquets in my house, and one's a hogfish, one's a black, and one's a gag grouper, and they're all in the living room. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. But wanted to add that one too, but I didn't want it that bad. So, and plus, a lot of times if I notice people aren't bidding, I'll just bid to get the bidding started. And that's kind of was my intention. Like, if I get it for the first or second or third bid, I'll take it. But didn't want to go all the way up. And Mahoney wanted it bad.
Real bad.
So I cost him $400, folks. I ran up the bid and then pulled out.
I almost jumped on the Montana trip.
Yeah, the Montana
we want
trip
to go to Montana,
good.
but the lady at our table from Family Boating Center, who won the captain's table, got to sit with us and our wives. She started bidding crazy, and I thought that's not going to go over well.
What about the Africa trip? The Africa trip for like a week in Africa and 3 hunts for some pretty cool animals.
Yeah.
I think it was $1,200 it went for.
That's a weird trip, though, I think. I think if you read the description on that one, it's just a different trip.
All I know is $1,200 in Africa for a week sounds pretty awesome.
I'm with you.
Sounds pretty
I
cool.
have a buddy, our buddy Roy.
You got a guy for that?
He went on that trip.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Huh.
My wife said, "You should have bid on Montana." She chimed in instantly, like, "I'm listening to you, and I'm still mad that we're not going to Montana." Yeah, she's got a
Hopefully she was listening earlier when we talked about how she caught bigger fish than you.
I almost said she's got a Yellowstone thing, but we have a Yellowstone thing. I love me some Yellowstone.
Like the show or the actual park?
Well, both.
Oh, okay.
No, I mean, I really like to go out there and see it.
Yeah,
I mean,
me
it's
too.
a beautiful, beautiful place. And yes, the show too. I think when Rip takes people to the train station, that's amazing.
I haven't watched the show. So
What?
I'm stuck on other things. I'm getting to it. But
You watched Carol Baskin, but you missed this one?
priorities, Mike. Priorities. I made time for Tiger King.
Stupid song.
Well, Tiger
Jumped
King
into
was
my
during
head the
COVID. My business was shut down. I didn't know if I was going to survive and how I was going to pay my employees. So Tiger King was a very welcome distraction.
Carol Baskin killed her husband, whacked it. Such good stuff. Rob Roman is like, I have no idea why this show is on the air. I can't even imagine people listen to this.
Talking about this show?
Yeah.
You guys talk about fishing. It's a fishing show. So I think you've already won your listeners.
We got to go to break. When we come back, we're going to talk to Patty in Bel Air Beach, who wants to talk about the spear fishing and free diving tournament.
Ooh, very cool.
That is very cool. Very cool. Hopefully we'll hear from you as well. 1-800-969-9352. Phone lines are open. Light them up. You should have been on that Montana trip, bitch.
A Montana trip. I have a buddy that I know that has property up there, and my brother-in-law has a place in Colorado. I want to go out there. That'd be fun. Got dirt bikes and a bunch of cool stuff.
That would be fun.
He lives in like southern Colorado, up in the mountains.
I've never been to those mountains.
Yeah.
And I like Blue Ridge.
Blue Ridge is awesome.
We like Blue Ridge so much that I think we would really like it out there in the Rockies, and it would be cool to get out there and see that.
The good part about Blue Ridge, though, is that is a day of travel, and you're there, you know. And you can take your own vehicle. You can bring everything you want.
Yeah.
You can get to the Rockies in a day if you take an airplane, but then you can't. They kind of frown upon the suitcase full of guns at the airport. Man
attacked by teens on the news. I don't recommend it. Because the first one I get my hands on is not going to live. I might only get my hands on one of you. But
happened to my dad at a gas station. He got jumped by like 4 teens.
Really?
Yeah. It didn't go well for them.
I'll bet not.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Good for him.
The world is a crazy place.
Yeah, that'd be fun as shit. I'm in a bad mood, and I get now to take this out on you because you're stupid. This is great. And it'll all be on video, too. So you know they started it, which gives you a green light just to stomp a mud hole in there.
Yeah.
That's great.
Hopefully it's on video.
Oh, for sure.
What I've been talking about, and what I really need to do, is get a one of those cameras for your truck, the dash cam, because especially you and I driving wrapped vehicles and larger wrapped vehicles, all the insurance fraud that's going on with the PIP claims and like purposely brake checking people, like you take off from a green light and then they stomp on the brakes for no reason, and once they've started from the light, scary stuff.
Really?
Yeah. So having a dash cam will prevent that. Yeah, I told you, your side of the studio is Arctic.
Sorry.
It's 69 in there.
Is it?
I walked in to say hi. I was like, I'm going to go back into the hallway.
I left you a little note down there. I don't know if you
I did not. Oh, yeah, we need to talk about the Magley tournament, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Occasionally I'll send you messages that way. So if you see it down there, otherwise, once it's done, I'll just delete it.
Check your message board. I got it.
Yes, sir.
What
Thank you,
are you
sir.
talking about, message board?
He down there's a little message area on the screen.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that before.
Yeah. So, Officer Magley tournament. We should talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Saturday, April 2nd. Pull up that. You want me to pull up the details?
For Magley?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's your event. Man, severely beaten. That's fucked. Well, that's in Anna Maria, too. Wow.
In Anna Maria?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's not going to go over big. I just can't believe how. I mean, seriously, dude.
What?
This thing in Ukraine is like archaic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like it makes no sense at all.
Zelensky is a badass, though.
I can't believe we're not in there helping him. I just can't. I can't believe we didn't just say, you know what, this is just wrong, so we're going to launch a missile right up your ass crack.
Yeah.
I really can't. I'm shocked.
Well, if NATO was involved and the UN was involved and the U.S. was involved, I don't think it would have gone the way it went.
I don't think so, too. I don't think so either.
But the Ukraine isn't part of NATO, so.
Yeah, but I don't care. To me, it's like, it's wrong is wrong.
Yeah, wrong is wrong. But
As American people, we should be outraged that we're not doing anything. To me, that's the outrage. Like what? And it, like, oh, I don't want to get involved because my butt hurts. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Well, I think it's fear of retaliation because if you're the first country to get involved and
Retaliate this, bitch.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, that's what's the problem is Putin thinks he's somebody because he's messing with little ass Ukraine. He didn't mess with Trump.
Yeah.
Because Trump would have dropped a grenade in his ass. That's the problem, is he knows he's got a bitch running our country right now.
I'm not responding back. Once the vein starts popping out in his head, I just
Seriously,
stay
bro.
quiet.
It's like, dude, what are we doing? We're just letting this clown do this shit?
Have you seen that one meme from Braveheart where it's like Mel Gibson and he's like, hold, go. Have you seen that one?
I haven't seen the meme, but I can imagine. It's awesome. It's shocking. Every time I see it on TV, I'm like, we're just letting this guy do this, huh? Really, bro? In today's world? I don't get it.
What's crazy to me, the crazy part to me is like our nation right now is talking about whether or not to let trans people compete in certain athletic events. And it's like, there's people dying in a war. It's crazy.
For no reason.
Yeah. And another frustrating part to me is, you're complaining about gas prices. Well, people in Ukraine are dying. The war in Ukraine has nothing to do with our gas prices.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's
Those
being
prices
used
were
as a
going-
scapegoat.
Yeah, they were
That's
going through
about
the
it.
roof. Exactly. They were going through the roof.
Prior to the Ukraine event, it was hugely spiking.
Yeah.
The highest I've seen in a long time. Well before that.
That's horrible.
Captains Mike Anderson and Dylan Hubbard.
Welcome back. Our last big segment of the morning. Things are flying by here this morning, as they usually do. Captain Dylan Hubbard, Captain Mike Anderson here, talking fishing. Phone lines are open, 1-800-969-9352. As promised, let's check in with Patty out in Bel Air Beach. Patty, how are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you?
We're good. We're good. Talk to us. You got a tournament going on?
Well, the tournament was supposed to be this morning.
Okay.
But they called it because of weather. So
Okay.
it's next Saturday is the weather date. And they start at 7 in the morning, but the time, if somebody just wants to go and observe, they come in at 4 o'clock, and that's when they'll give out all the awards and do all the weighing of the fish. It's just free diving, and it's a state championship, so there's some pretty good people out there. I'm in an all-women's scuba diving club, the Sea Bunnies.
Nice.
And this is our 50th anniversary of being in existence. But two of our members are going to be competing, and one of them has won 5 years in a row.
Wow. Whoa. Okay. That's very cool. Is Mama T in that group? Teresa?
Who's Mama T?
Teresa Hadaway?
Lisa? Yeah. Oh, no, but we know her very well.
Yeah, Mama
She's not in our group,
Okay.
but we know her quite well just from FSGA. This is a Florida Skin Diver Association tournament.
Okay.
I think, Dylan, you know Lisa Schmidt pretty well, don't you?
Very well. Yep. She's a great diver.
She's a wonderful gal, yeah.
Mhm.
Yep. So she's one of our members.
And an established commercial fisherman.
Oh, okay.
Great fleet of boats.
Oh, yeah, very much so, and very active.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Well, good luck with the tournament next weekend. Hopefully you get better weather and you guys can get in the water and do what you do.
Yes. Well, thank you, and everybody come down and look at all the fish.
Where's the weigh-in?
Where's the weigh-in?
Oh, the weigh-in will be at the Bel Air Boat Ramp.
Bel Air Boat Ramp. All right. Great. Good stuff.
Bel Air Boat Ramp. It's right on West Bay Drive.
Okay.
All right,
Patty. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Good luck.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Skin diving, that's hard. That's to get a big fish while skin diving is impressive for sure.
Skin diving means what? It means no scuba gear.
tank.
No scuba
Yeah,
gear.
this is breath hold, diving down, shooting a fish, wrestling it, bringing it back to the surface. They'll use float lines and stuff like that. I was heavy into it at a younger age when I was a little bit more in shape, but it is definitely not easy. And a lot of people kind of look down on spearfishing like, oh, you're cheating, you're swimming down and shooting them in the face. And I felt that way before I tried it. And then after trying it, I'm like, yeah, this is not easy. They make it look easy. The guys who are really good at it and the women who are really good at it make it look easy. My sister, Tara, she can hold her breath like 5 minutes. She's big into free diving.
Really?
Yeah, she doesn't shoot fish as much, but she did underwater modeling with like whales and manta rays and a bunch of crazy stuff in other countries. But yeah, but she can hold her breath 5 minutes. It's impressive. It takes a lot of athletic training to get good at that free diving thing.
Yeah, I guess, and I've never I tried to, I couldn't get my equilibrium right. I couldn't get.
Yeah, you'd need a lot of weight, just like me.
I just couldn't get it right in my my ears. I couldn't clear
I could
everything.
never do it. I have really bad sinuses. So my dive instructor at a young age, Sudafed or Mucinex.
I did that.
You load up on like that 24-hour, 2 days prior.
Yeah.
And then you have to do what they call Valsalvas, where you're actually practicing equalizing.
Yeah.
And for me, if I used the Sudafed and did a lot of the Valsalva exercises, I was fine. But yeah, if I go underwater without preparing, it doesn't go well.
Well, and I'll tell you what happened to me. And Mama T was a great instructor over at Jim's Dive Shop. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me to an ear, nose, and throat. They checked me out. Lady's like, I think you're good. I just don't think you know how to clear.
Mm-hmm.
So she, had me blowing up balloons in my truck. She's like, just drive around. Whenever you drive around, just blow up balloons. And I'm like, people are going to look at me funny, but I'll do it. So I was doing that. I did the Sudafed. I was getting to the point where I could clear my ears, just driving around. And so I went to we went to some lake somewhere out in the middle of the state, super clear water, had a bunch of panfish in it. We fed them 32 foot of water, something like that. And I did the dive, no problem.
Yeah.
When we got out, I was exhausted.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was
incredibly
spent, bro.
Yeah.
And they went for another dive, and I was like, I'm good.
Yeah,
like,
if you do 2 dives, 3 dives a day, you're messed up for a few days.
I was spent. I was like, you know what? All the work I had to do to prepare for this dive, and then to come out of the water being that tired, because I wanted to add it to the TV show, because I thought it'd be cool if you're actually fishing a spot and then could dive it and look at it and talk about the way the structure sits on the bottom and the way the fish were set up on it. That would be a very cool take.
Very cool.
And I enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy that part of it. And I just was like, yeah, it's not for me, dude.
I talk about it in almost every seminar. One of the biggest, most eye-opening things for me, offshore fishing, nearshore fishing, was I'll never forget diving with my dad, and we dove down on a big ledge, set a chum block out, moved back away from it, went negative buoyancy, and sat there on the bottom and watched how the fish behave. You will learn so much in a very short period about fish behavior and how they feed and why you do the things you do at the surface. And it really makes it all click. You got to think like a fish.
Right.
And knowing how they behave and how they think is going to make you a better fisherman.
Yeah.
Every bit of it.
It makes sense, for sure. No
Yeah.
doubt.
So diving's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Get into it.
It's a big sport. A lot
Jim's
of people
Dive
love
Shop.
it. I love Mama T. She was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Great people over there. Let's check in here. Let's go with Captain Frank. Hubbard's Marina.
Hey, good morning.
Oh, dear.
What's up? Oh, dear. Oh, dear. All right. So, hey, Frank, did you get
Mike?
did
good
you
morning, Dylan. How are you?
Did you get my check?
Your check?
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll rewrite it. I want some dirt on Dylan. We need some dirt on the show about Dylan. So
It doesn't take much to
man,
inspire the crew.
I got old pictures and everything.
Perfect.
Oh,
I've got a video of Frank singing karaoke, so he knows to keep my dirt in.
You're right.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
You know what? I lost those pictures.
That's my man right there.
Lost them.
Very convenient.
Yeah.
So
I was hearing you guys talking about the diving, and I was thinking about my diving experiences, and it's mostly just a cannonball in the pool.
There you go.
Right.
But what we do on our boats is we use GoPros and drop GoPros down. So if you're not into diving, you don't have the time, a GoPro, sending that down to bottom can teach you a lot.
As a matter of fact, we've got one of our guys that works for us has a underwater drone, and we're actually in the process of getting some new motors for it right now. We had a couple of motors go bad, and we're going to get a underwater drone so we can actually go check some stuff out even better than what the GoPro has been doing.
Yeah, Mikey's Fish Cam is the YouTube channel. He's got a bunch of underwater videos, and we're getting his underwater drone. So we got an above water drone, we got an underwater drone.
Really?
Yeah, that's how we roll. Man. It's pretty epic.
So pretty stoked about that, that's for sure.
Cutting edge at Hubbard's Marina. Cutting edge.
So how the hogfish bites slowed down a little bit, it seems like? Still getting them?
Man, I just think we caught a little bit of lull in it. You know what's happening is it's the grunts, the gray snappers are coming off those ledges right now. They're getting ready to spawn. Almost every one of them, is filled with roe right now. And I feel like that the hogfish come off those ledges with them, not necessarily to spawn. I got a pretty good idea where the hogfish spawn. because I catch them rode up there quite often. But I think they just come off the ledges with the gray snappers as they're getting ready to spawn. Just a theory of mine, I can't prove it till I get the underwater drone down there. But we're doing incredible with those gray snappers anytime we can drift, but they're really tough to catch on the ledges, and I think that the hogfish just kind of go with them.
Spread out.
We did have some really, really good luck with them, though, in some deeper water where you get outside of where the gray snappers are right now, into where the lane snappers are in the mangroves. We're catching the hogfish there. So unfortunately for Dylan, I'm having to burn a little bit more fuel on my all-day trips to get out to about 85 feet, and I'm getting some nice hogfish out there, without the gray snappers, but lots of lanes are coming in. So it's kind of, the shallow water hogfish, I think they are off the ledges for the most part, and they're hanging out with those gray snappers on the hard bottom.
There you go. A little softer
just
for sure overall, but we've been definitely catching still a few of them. And you guys been seeing the mackerel heavier and heavier, right?
Yep, the Spanies are definitely here, and I'm waiting to see a kingfish come up so that I lose one of my deckhands, Smokey. As soon as a kingfish comes in, it's like I'm down one deckhand. He goes crazy. It's like the only thing on his mind is
he flatlines the rest of the day.
Yeah.
He's got 6 flat lines
out. I've got a guy. But he'll get one every 10 trips.
He's losing it in his older age. That's why we keep poking fun at him, because he always used to be the one to catch the first kingfish, the last kingfish, and catch him steadily through the run. And he's had a little bit of a run of bad luck the last year and a half, 2 years. So hopefully he can pull it together.
The last couple of years, I don't think they just were as thick as they were, in the past. But that could totally be different this year. I don't believe for a second that there's less of them. They just didn't come over to us.
And they're deep right now. The last overnight trip, and 120 to 160 foot, they were actually losing leads because the kingfish were so thick, dropping to bottom at night. The schoolie size kings were hitting the 6-ounce leads on the way to bottom. That's how thick they were.
I heard the same thing. Reports that deep was. The kingfish were still really deep.
So hopefully they'll come closer.
Yeah, I hope so. I'd like to get out there Monday or Tuesday and chase them around a little bit.
Beautiful.
Yeah, there's enough bait out there that they should be here.
You would think.
Are you seeing a lot of bait up on the surface again, or is it still mostly deep?
Yeah, no, I mean, not where you would see the 1 mile, mile long bait pods, but there's definitely lots of smaller pods. I mean, you can't run out there to 80 foot and not see a pod of bait. I have the last 8 trips seen 10 pods of bait on the way out. So as long as it's nice, you can see them.
So
but they're not like those jumbo pods that we were seeing a few years ago that there was, they were almost a mile long,
I got you. So the bait's starting to come up to the surface, and it should get fishier and fishier, hopefully.
It should, yeah. It's that time of year.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. Hey, Frank, Captain Frank, great call, brother. Good to hear your voice. We'd love you to call in every week and add to the segment here. That's good stuff from somebody out there doing it every day. That's good stuff for our listeners. We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll see what I can do.
All right, buddy. Well, listen, you're on the payroll. Okay, you got to do it.
It wasn't a request.
All right. Well, I'm going to continue my breakfast here at Maple Street Biscuit Company.
Oh, son of a sailor.
Oh, nice. Ask them if they want to sponsor the show. We need breakfast.
All right, guys. You have a good one.
See you, buddy. That's good stuff right there.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever eaten there?
No.
That's yeah, all they do is biscuits and chicken and different assorted biscuits, and they have a crispy chicken with smothered in really good sausage gravy. I'm so excited I can't talk. With homemade biscuits. Oh, they have another one with sweet Thai chili. We got to go to break, but I'll tell you the list on break.
I think Dylan just found his happy place.
Yes, I did. In the back of my head.
Very good stuff. One more segment here, wrapping things up on the other side. We'll be back, 970 WFLA.
Slip away.
When it comes to keeping the real animals...
They opened up right there in Seminole City Center next to my house, and you cannot get in there. At like 8:30, 9 o'clock, there's a line out the door to order biscuits, and there's no tables left. It's crazy. But like you order a biscuit, it is a whole plate full of gravy, and this biscuit with this nice slice of fried chicken. And they do like chicken and waffles, fried chicken and waffles. Yeah, it's like a southern comfort food breakfast place. It's crazy. They have one in downtown St. Pete as well. I think they have one in Tampa. It's a chain.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Now I want a biscuit with fried chicken and gravy. Thanks, Frank. Yeah, chicken and waffles. That's a breakfast I can get behind. What channel is Yellowstone on? Jack Edgar asked. I think it's only on Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Well, yep. Well, it runs on. They'll have reruns on Paramount until the next season comes out.
Yeah. I don't know if it airs on a TV. Maybe it does, but I know it's on Paramount app. You can watch it there. I don't think it has a TV station. I think it's one of Paramount's things, but I don't know. I haven't had cable in like 4 years.
Paramount for sure.
Yeah. But a lot of times, like a good show on one of those streaming services aired on some channel on cable, you know, and then once it airs on cable, they put it on there. He's lost in his phone, folks. He's texting about softball. I guarantee it. He is. He's not denying it. Softball or breakfast. Oh, man. Eddie Chaps. Everybody loves chicken and waffles, man. Handy guy on the Real Animal stream. We were talking about Maple Street Biscuit Company. That's the name of the restaurant. I know there's one in Seminole, and there's one of them in downtown St. Pete. I'll Google it for you guys. Nope, I won't. We're coming back. I'll drop it into the stream once we're done with the show.
April 19th, we're going to be back at Bartow Ford for the Bartow Ford Real Animals Fishing Conversation. Looking forward to seeing everybody out there. D-Hubs here and Mike Mahoney will be talking offshore fishing. We'll have Cubans and crabs and
I was just about to throw the crab in there.
Stuffed potatoes. Now he's hungry. We've awoken the bear. Stuffed potatoes and all that good stuff from our good friends at Silver Ring Cafe on U.S. Highway 301 there in Riverview. Dana and her peeps over there, in my opinion, make the best Cuban sandwich on the planet. And the stuffed crabs went over really, really big.
Really big.
Really big. Mike Biedenbow, the GM out there at Bartow Ford, was seen eating several.
Well, I don't think there's going to be very much stuffed crab at this next event because I'm going to carry the tray in. We're going to make a stop in my truck before the tray makes it in.
Could happen.
So
could happen.
Be early if you want some of that.
Yeah, we'll have goodies to give away, Bull Bay rods, Ingle coolers. I'll have other Real Animal swag as well. So we'll get Hubbards to throw in some Hubbard swag too, maybe.
There you go. Sounds like a plan.
I like it. So make sure you put it on your calendar, April 19th, 6:30 until 8 o'clock or so. We will be out there at Bartow Ford talking fishing, and you don't want to miss it. So good stuff. As we talked about earlier, it looks like a good start to the week. Monday and Tuesday look super fishy.
Super fishy.
Yeah,
and really mostly just good weather finally, which is going to be nice.
But we're coming up on the new moon too, which is my favorite time of the month.
A lot of water flushing.
Yeah, my favorite time of the month. I like that dark sky at night. Seems to really help our inshore bite out a bunch. I mean, we still catch them on the full moon, but I think the dark moon at night is beneficial. So
getting them to feed better during the day.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless you find a dock light.
Well, exactly.
And you approach courteously and leave courteously.
Yes, that
and
was
quiet
that was
while
a
you're
hot
there.
topic today. And we've discovered that there are jack wagons that fish docks.
That was the word of of the show today.
Jack wagons who own property on the water.
Yep, it goes both ways.
Few on both sides. Yeah, few on both sides. So I've had a couple run-ins over the years with people that just believe.
Were
that
you
they
the jack
own,
wagon on the boat?
I'm usually I'm not that guy. Like, I don't want to be rude on, I don't want to be like, I'm not a big fan of rocking the music while I'm fishing anyway.
Yeah.
It just makes no sense in my brain.
Not at all.
So, I'm not that guy.
That's a good part about offshore fishing is you can rock the music.
Yes, you can. You can.
It is.
Unless
fun.
you're permit fishing.
That's overrated.
They're up top.
I'm just kidding.
I love to
permit fishing is awesome.
I love to permit fish.
I'm just talking about deep water, offshore, your 150 foot of water. You don't have to worry about your tunes too much.
Do you ever take crabs with you when you go offshore?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
They make incredible red grouper bait. A lot of fish down there on the bottom like crabs. Yeah, it's a really overrated bait. Sometimes we'll get the time of year where we get a lot of those like pass crabs and the calico crabs in the traps.
Right.
And people are like, I don't want that. I paid for a dozen pinfish. It's like, I'll take all them crabs. Yeah,
Right.
they work really well, especially you take the claws off there and send them down. You could pull up a 20-pound hogfish.
What about the snapper? Do the snapper ever eat them?
Yeah, certain snapper species, for example, the largest snapper species that has eluded you, Kubera snapper, they love crabs.
Had to add the old eluded thing.
Miss Beth has caught one.
Yes, she has.
Yeah, so the mackerel, the kingfish are here. The hogfish bite's still going okay. It's slowed down a little bit, but we're getting them. Red grouper, you're having to kind of grind for, but you're able to find them if you put the work in. And then we're coming up April 1st. That deep water closure ends. You'll be able to go deep again, keep those shallow water grouper. We've got triggerfish season open, a lot of blackfin tuna, so it's a great time to get out there offshore. Just got to watch that weather and really time your trips around these weather windows. And Monday, Tuesday is the day, but specifically Tuesday looks gorgeous.
Yeah, Wednesday goes to hell in a handbasket pretty quick, it looks like. So hopefully it doesn't last too long, or maybe it'll delay. I've got a trip scheduled for Wednesday too, so I'd like to get that in. But it's all good stuff. The bite's good. It's springtime. The spring bite's on fire, inshore, offshore, near shore. Just get out there and
snooker
do
flushing.
some fishing.
Sheep's head are still biting real well.
Lots of big snook caught in the tournament yesterday. Some good redfish. We had I think the big redfish were 30, 32 inches, so there was some good reds running around too. So, you know what else was positive? I mean, a lot of big trout, not monster trout, but a lot of good fish were caught. So, again, everything is kind of going our way. I want to put a big shout out to Captain Rob Roman, the man behind the glass. We dubbed the captain.
That's nice.
Rob Roman. That is nice.
You know, while they're partying on the boats and they're playing the music, do you think that the people that play the loud music think that they'll lull the fish into like a, I don't know. To the
I
water
don't know what
surface?
they think. I don't think they're thinking
You think
well.
the fish could party with them? Maybe.
They could. They could party. They could party in their fryer.
Everybody likes to party.
Everybody likes to party. Have a great week on the water, everybody. Be safe. Thanks for checking us out. Tune in tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. for the T. Mahoney Company Real Animals Radio Show.
And tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. for the Hubbard's Marina live stream show, Off the Hook with Captain Hubbard. And don't forget, if you're too busy to go fishing, you're just too darn busy.
Too darn busy. Tight lines, everybody. We're out.
The preceding program was paid for by Real Animals Fishing.
Yep. Oh, the council meeting. Is that next week?
Is it?
No. April 5th.
No.
Yeah. Going to Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Really?
Putting some miles on the old diesel. Should be fun. It's not that bad.
How long a drive is that?
7 hours. Not terrible. Yeah, it's beautiful up there, though. I like Gulf Shores.
Do you?
Yeah.
I've never been
I
there.
would never want to live there, but visiting there is nice. I like Northern Gulf, like that area. If I was going to live anywhere else in the continental United States, it would be around New Orleans somewhere, Louisiana. Just the culture, the food. Oh, my goodness, the food. And the fishery. It's awesome.
I don't care for New Orleans much. I like Louisiana, but I couldn't do New Orleans.
I wouldn't live in New Orleans, but I'd live close to it.
Would you?
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. A couple times I've been there,
I
4, 5, 6
love
times.
Bourbon Street.
Ah, I hate
love it. I love to visit. Never.
It's
would
just
want
dirty.
It is very dirty.
Bourbon Street is not.
You don't go out there during the day. If you go out during the day, you're like, ugh. But if you go out there after dark, it's fun.
Well, I've had fun there for sure.
Yeah.
Had too much fun there.
The food.
The food is excellent.
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
I've got my own.
Boonan.
I've got my own steakhouse there.
Yeah. The Anderson Steakhouse.
Mike
right.
Anderson's.
Yeah.
It's Mike Anderson's.
Yeah.
Didn't do me a damn bit of good. When I went there, put my driver's license on the counter, the guy said, "Yeah, you're not the owner. You pay regular price." I don't think I'm the first Mike Anderson that's ever tried that.
That's funny.
Yeah.
No, the food, Boonan. If you haven't had Boonan before, do yourself a favor and order some Boonan. Crawfish. Captain Bill's Beach Kitchen. They have crawfish. Incredible. And char-grilled oysters.
2 weeks from, 3 weeks from today, Real Animals Season 16 will be underway. Our season opener is in Crystal River doing some shallow water grouper fishing. But show number 2 of our new season is in the bayou.
Nice.
Captain Pat Dickinson, a real good friend of mine who I've fished with many times. And I catch us a big old flounder that we end up taking back to the lodge, and he stuffs that flounder, and we show you how to do that and what to put in there and all that on the show. So,
stuffs it with what? What does he stuff it
I'm not
with?
going to
Crab
tell you. You got to
meat?
watch.
Shrimp?
You got to watch. Cajun style stuffed flounder. Really good. It was fantastic. I mean, we ate
with crawfish. He puts crawfish in the flounder.
We ate like barbarians. It was absolutely epic. So great trip to the bayou. That's coming up on season 16 of Real Animals. Again, we kick off next Saturday for season 16, so it'll be pretty cool. So.
Yeah, stay tuned for that episode.
Yeah,
I'll be waiting around to see what he stuffs it with.
Another show is going to be on WMOR, channel 32. Most of you get it. It's a local channel here. Every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. We've been 6:30 for the last 5 years, and now we've moved to 7 a.m. We've graduated. And then obviously we'll still be on Valley Sun Sports, Sportsman's Channel, World Fishing Network, and you can always catch us digitally on Waypoint TV. So,
is the Waypoint TV, is it backdated? Like, if it comes out at Saturday morning at 7 a.m., is it on Waypoint TV at that same time?
No, what I usually do is I usually let it air on the networks first,
yeah,
and then put it on. So
like a week later.
We let it air on the networks first, and then upload it to Waypoint.
All right, cool.
So.
We'll be about a week behind. I'll be able to see what he stuffs it with.
Yeah.
If you guys find out before me, let me know.
Yeah, we could get WMOR in here, and then we could watch it while we were in here.
Oh, I like it. Sounds good.
I don't know how you do that, but I imagine it's possible.
I think we can figure out how to change a channel on the TV. I think
you can change it. I've just never been able to find WMOR.
Oh, I got you.
We had it
like
for
32?
a long time. It is. We had it for a long time, but then on these, they changed the whole system in here. I went to a different system, and it just scattered all the channels, and then I couldn't.
It's not as easy as like changing the channel.
I mean, it might be for you, because you're smart. I'm not that bright.
I know how to work a remote, guys.
I'm not all that bright, as you can tell.
Well, don't forget to listen in tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. on WDAE for the Real Animals Sunday. T.A. Mahoney, Real Animals Sunday. And then tomorrow night on the Real Animals Facebook page, the Hubbard's Marina Facebook page, the live show airs 8:30 p.m. Off the Hook with Captain Hubbard.
I'm going to check in.
We rebranded it.
I'm going to check in again.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
call them and bug them.
For sure. All right, y'all. Appreciate you watching, listening, hanging out with us. We'll see you again next week. Thanks for listening in.
Good stuff. Good stuff, dog.
Yes, sir. That was a good one on Facebook.